Once you've uploaded your photos, you can click on Proceed, or you can just click in here to go to the next tab, which is the Rehab Estimator. In here, if you are a new investor and you need some assistance determining the rehab cost, this calculator will give you just that. It's going to help you calculate everything by category. If you're a more seasoned investor, you don't need this calculator. You can just skip it. If you already know how much your whole project is going to cost, you can just move to the next tab. But if you need some assistance determining your rehab cost, this is where you're going to do it. So in here we have exterior, interior, mechanical, other, and the total. So let's go in parts. On the exterior, you're going to have several categories to select from. For instance, on the roof, what do you need done on the roof? Do you need to remove and install a brand new one, or you need to patch existing one, or maybe you need to add an item in here for something different? If you click in here, let's say for this project, you need to remove and install a brand new roof. You just click in here. It's going to take the square footage that you entered in the beginning. Please keep in mind that if it's a 2-story, this square footage may not be accurate. And also, all this cost per square footage in here, it's based on a national average. So it may not align to your state, to your region. So some regions are more expensive, some are less expensive. So please keep that in mind. So you can also adjust the pricing accordingly. So let's say that you know the cost for it is $7 a square footage. You can just change it in here and it's going to calculate for you. Let's say on the windows that you need 5 new windows. Again, this cost, it may not be accurate. So if you know the cost, the total cost of replacing all the 5 windows, you can simply click in here and you can manually overwrite that number. So let's say I know I'm going to spend $2,000 with my windows. And that's going to be adding in here everything that you add in here. It's going to be adding to the total exterior. So here we have windows, we have paint. Let's say that we need to paint the exterior of the house. If that is way off for you, you can just update that cost to give you the amount, okay? Or you can change the square footage or whatever math you need to do to add to get to the right number, okay? And here we also have siding. If you need to power wash, whatever you need to do on the exterior, you would just select. If you need to add something, you just click in here and you can put in a description and the cost, and it's just going to keep adding to your total cost in there. If there is a garage that you need to add or fix, the landscaping, what size lot, what do you need done? You just need to clean up the yard and do some landscaping. If you need anything done on the driveway, on the sidewalk, if you have any decks that needs to be built or repaired, fencing, pool, septic system, any notes that you need to add in here. It's all going to be adding in there. So let's say we've entered all the information that we needed, all the work that needed done on the exterior. Now we can jump into the interior of the house. Let's just say that it needs interior painting. This cost, it's going to cost me more than that. So let's say that's my cost to paint on the inside. What kind of flooring do you need to put in? So let's say we're going with laminate flooring. That's on average how much it's going to cost me. The appliances, what kind of appliances do you plan on putting in? It's going to give you an average. Again, if I know that that's going to cost me less, I'll just add it in here. And boom, that keeps adding in my total interior. The bathrooms, it includes vanity, countertops, mirrors, sinks, fixtures, fan, basic plumbing and electrical work. Okay, so it gives you an idea of how much a bathroom is going to cost if you're going to do the whole thing. Let's say we have 2 full bathrooms that we're redoing the whole thing. It's going to just keep adding in there. Please keep in mind this is just basic and plumbing and electrical. There's another area here where you're going to put the actual plumbing and electrical work, which is a very important part of every rehab. If it needs framing, if it needs insulation, if you need to do anything to the walls, if you need to add drywall, whatever it is, if you need to replace doors and trims, if you need to do any work in the basement, on the foundation, in the kitchen, including cabinets, countertops, backsplash, fixture, and again, basic plumbing and electrical, you can just put in here the low end, high end, whatever kitchen that you plan on putting in there. Okay. And again, you just add it in there. It shows you also the total down here. Okay. Let's move to mechanical heating, HVAC, which is heating, ventilation, air conditioning. If you need to replace the boiler, let's just say that in this house, we need to replace the boiler. We need new plumbing, new electrical. It calculates on average in here. Again, get a quote from your plumber and your electrician. These are two very important parts of the rehab and very costly. So very important to get these two right. Okay. And then on the other, you're going to have demo and dumpsters. If you are doing construction, you're most likely going to need a dumpster or 2 or 5, depending on how much trash you have inside, depending on how much demo do you need to do. So for this example, let's just say that we're going to need 2 dumpsters. If you have any termites, any mold, any pest control, any costs associated with permits, we'll add it in here. If you plan on staging the house after it's completed and before putting on the market, you would put in there as well. And then you're going to come to the total. In here, it's going to give you a summary, okay, of your rehab costs. Everything that you entered in there. It's going to give you a subtotal, and it's going to automatically add a contingency for you. So, a contingency, we always recommend that you add extra because we never know what we're going to encounter when we're doing a rehab. There are always unforeseen expenses. So in order for you to be safe on your numbers, we always recommend that you put in a little extra so you have a wiggle room in case you do need to spend money with something that you were not planning to, okay? So here you can just adjust the percentage. We put in 15%. It's going to be calculated based on that number. So in here, the total renovation cost came to $102,695. Okay. We're going to click on save. So we always save our projects, and we're going to click on proceed or the next tab to go to the deal analysis.